Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday, and I hope your week is off to a good start. And today I want to talk about the Canadian job market and the immigrants and some of the things that are stopping us or hindering our ability to get a job. This is important because, last week there were several posts about, first of all, that they're going to ban companies who are asking immigrants for Canadian work experience. And by the end of the week, there was another conversation about they're going to be showing on job description what the pay scales are for each job. Now, as an immigrant myself, who came to Canada as a student, who went to school there, and was able to get a job, navigated my career to the US, and increased my salary 5 times. And I have coached over 5,000 people on this journey. And I want to share with us tonight some of the critical things that we have to pay attention to as immigrants. And this has nothing to do with you're a new immigrant or you have been here the longest. I believe that all of us can learn one or two things from tonight's conversation. I want to be very candid about some of the things, some of the lessons that I teach, and some of the things that I believe you can learn as an immigrant. Welcome, everybody. Hope your day was good. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are resting right now, and hopefully your day is already over. Thank you for joining. My name is Dr. Addy. If this is the first time you're joining, this is Career Cafe with Dr. Addy. I'd like to know where you're joining us from in the comment section so we can acknowledge you. Again, good evening, everybody. So I'm waiting to hear where you're joining us from. Back to the conversation. Tonight, I want to be candid with us about the job market. I'll focus on the Canadian job market and share 5 lessons that I have learned over the course of my career and over this work of being a career coach. What are the things that every immigrant, whether you are in Canada, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the US, you have to pay attention to when you transition? My girl is in Switzerland living a best life. I see you, boss. I see you, blessed. How are you? How is Switzerland? Please bring some nice things back when you come back from Switzerland. I am so jealous. I've been watching your reels and everything. I'm so proud of you, and I thank God for you. Enjoy Switzerland. My girl is now a senior manager at Pfizer. She's killing it. I'm a proud mentor. All right, going back to the conversation. Welcome everybody from Calgary, from the UK, from the Winnipeg, Central African Republic. Everybody, welcome. I really appreciate you joining tonight. Now, as an immigrant myself, I want to share a bit of a perspective with us. So let's say BC. BC is the person we want to analyze first. BC had a very good career in Nigeria. She worked in the bank as an operations manager in the bank. She also worked as a customer service representative in Nigeria. And BC also worked as a digital marketing manager. BC did some sales, so she was also a business development manager at some point. So you can see BC's career is diverse. She's done different type of roles. Now, BC had finally got Canadian PR. She had migrated to Canada, and BC is looking for a job. BC's resume, what do you think will be on BC's resume? BC has a bachelor's in mass communication. She did an MBA from Lagos Business School, and BC wants a job in Canada. Now, we want to analyze some of the roadblocks that BC will have on her career. BC has relocated to Canada. She got to Manitoba, and she's now looking for a job. BC's resume is the Nigerian version, and people told her she should download the Canadian resume sample online and remove all the bios. So remove your date of birth, remove your local government, and this is how they make resume in Canada. One myth that I want to tell you tonight is that your resume is not going to be accepted because you just changed the format. It's not about how your resume looks. It's about the content of your resume. I believe oftentimes everybody focus on the format of the resume. We are saying the format should be this, the format should be this. Download the Canadian format, and then we are forgetting the content of the resume is what actually gets analyzed. I believe there's too much focus on the resume format, and there is very little focus on what is in that resume. What are you selling, and how are you selling it? Now, should we have the best format? Yes. Don't forget, your resume passed through 3 places. It passed through the applicant tracking system. The applicant tracking system, which is the first place, is not a respecter of your template. This resume is being transcribed into text. The applicant tracking system will remove your resume. It will take the text alone and then compare that text against the job description. So it doesn't matter what template you have used. It doesn't matter if the template is not good at all. What matters at that point is the content of that resume, because the applicant tracking system is analyzing just your content against the job description content. If the content is not good, if your match rate is not over 80%, then it drops your resume, right? So, well, is there a place where the template matters? Yes, the recruiter. They apply the 6-second rule. If the template is good, so in 6 seconds, they can confirm that you met the education requirement, the work experience requirement, and all the good stuff. Then you could pretty much, say, okay, the template, it supports me. Thank you for buying the badge. I appreciate you. Some people are going to give me dinner tonight, so thank you. So definitely there is a place for the resume template. But it's not the most important thing, it's the content. Now, let's talk about the content. BC has a master's. Now, because BC has 10 years of experience, BC also has CBAP certification. Because when she was coming to Canada, people told her, get certification. She got CBAP certification. She also got Salesforce certification. BC got Scrum Master certification. BC has several certifications. Now, BC says, I need a job. She doesn't know what exactly she should be applying for. Why? Because she has done different roles. She has done marketing. She has done business development. She has done customer service representative. She has done operations. BC is now looking for a job. She said, anything you give me. I believe that most immigrants do not know what exactly they should be applying for, because they are a bunch of things together. They don't even know who they are, because they have done this type of role, this type of role, this type of role. They just say, give me anything. You can't be in the boat of give me anything, because you will get nothing. Anybody who is looking for anything gets nothing. They see this role, they apply. They see that role, they apply. They see that role, they apply. I believe this syndrome is affecting a lot of immigrants, especially people who has not have straight career path. And let me tell you, most immigrants have not had more straight career paths. They are taking certification, this one, this one, this one, and because they've done so many different things, they don't know who they are. Before we blame and say, oh, it's because I don't have Canadian experience. Oh, these UK people, they are racist. Oh, these US people, you yourself, because you don't know who you are, then you are just, filly-fally, and dilly-dally like that. We can't do that to our career. You need to find out who you are. What is the best place for you? It's okay that you have all these different career paths. Where can we unify you to focus on? If we don't know where to focus you on, then we are not getting anywhere. Now, apart from trying to focus you, let's say we even focus you. We focus you on one area. One thing a lot of immigrants forget is that job title matters. In Nigeria, they call these people customer service representative. In Canada, if you are looking for a job, customer service representative in a tech company in Nigeria, these people must have minimum of a bachelor's degree. In Canada, if you're a customer service representative, the requirement is GED, is grade 12. So when you have a bachelor's degree and you said you're a customer service representative, you have lowered the bar for yourself. You are immediately looking for a $12 job, because you are looking for a job that doesn't require a bachelor's degree. Because what they call you in Nigeria is customer service representative. It doesn't mean that is what they call you in Canada. It doesn't mean that is what they call you in the UK. This same qualification that you have, if you think about, imagine, we see a lot of Nigerians say, I'm doing a $12 job. You applied for the $12 job. You prove to them that you are worthy of just that $12. Because on your resume, you called yourself a customer service representative and you said you've done that for 12 years. So they hired you for a $12 job. The job title is killing a lot of people. That customer service representative, he is actually customer success manager, customer experience manager in this part of the world. That is the job that will give you 70,000. That is the job that will give you 90,000. That is the job that requires masters. That is the job that requires bachelors. But you have called yourself the lower bar. That is $12 per hour. The question I have for you as an immigrant is what's the job title you place on yourself that is placing limitation on you? If you place a job title on yourself, you say at that place, they call me customer service officer. In Canada, customer service officer is $12 that they will pay you. And that is not the only. Let me tell you one thing that is common in engineering. Engineers in Nigeria, depending on where you work, they will call you a technician. They will say that person is a field service technician. That person has a master's degree. But in Nigeria, they call you field service technician. In Canada, the people who are field service technician, they have 2-year diploma. They don't have a degree. In the US, the people who are field service technician, they have diplomas. In the UK, the people who should be taking technician roles are people with 2-year diploma, not people with master's degree. Now, they call you a field service technician, but every work you're doing is the job of an engineer. Now, on your resume, it says that you have 10 years experience as a field service technician. Then you go and apply for that job. Whereas, the function you did in your company in Nigeria is the function of an engineer, maybe a facility engineer. And then you didn't know who you are. You didn't know that you're a facility engineer. Now you call yourself a field service technician, and then they give you a job of a field service technician, and the pay is $45,000. Who should we blame? Should we blame you for not knowing who you are? Or should we blame the company that took advantage of you and hired you as a field service technician? You are to be blamed. I have seen many people not know. They would say, this is the title the company gave me in Nigeria. You are the owner of the career. It's not that company. You need to evaluate, what did I do on that job? Because what you did on that job is what determines who you are, not just the title they call you. Some of you, what you did on that job is practically different from that title. And we need to find out, what is the title for what you did on that job? I hope this makes sense to you. Because I see why many people have paid lower, and this is one of them. Number 4. One of the biggest things is being able to understand how to describe your work experience. It's the biggest problem of every job seeker. How to describe your work experience, what you've done. You've done that thing 12 years ago. You don't even remember what you did. You don't remember. Because it's 12 years old. You did that work 12 years ago. Now you have to articulate that on a resume in such a way that convince somebody that they should give you a job today, something you did 12 years ago. Now, it's one thing that you have forgotten. It's another thing that you actually remembered, but it's not about what you think you did on that last job. It's about what the new employer wants you to come and do. Let me re-explain that. So you put on your resume, I did A, B, C, D. You think if you say that you did A, B, C, D, it's going to impress the employer that advertised that job. Whereas that employer cares for something else. You put A, B, C, D on your resume, but that employer cares for A divided by 2 times B divided by 4 times F divided by 1. That's what they care about. And you didn't know. So you need to be able to decipher, for what I want to apply for, what do the employers want to see? Because if you're not communicating what this new employer wants to see with what you've done before, they won't call you for an interview. That is their biggest hurdle. How do I describe my previous experience in such a way that this new person is going to be very happy to call me for an interview? I'm explaining this because there are some jargons that are not the same. So in Nigeria, we call it, let me find an example. We call it boot. You know, in Nigeria, the back of a car, we call it boot. In America, we call it trunk. Trunk. We say it's the trunk of a car. They said in Nigeria is boot. Imagine how many technical jargon has different names. You are calling it a different name, so this person doesn't understand what you're saying. I see some resume, me that I'm even Nigerian, I look at the resume, I'm like, yo, I don't understand. If you sell yourself in such a way that is not interpretable to the new person in that new country, don't blame it on racism. You are not interpreting your work experience to fit the role in the new country. So that new person is not able to decipher what you're trying to say. Or it could be a case of this is what they need. You know, when you want to hire somebody, it's out of a need. I may call our HR and say, HR, please hire me a front-end, full stack, hire me a front-end developer. Why? Because I have a need. Maybe I'm developing an app and I feel like the front end is not looking good. So I said, go and find me I want to hire a front-end developer. I want the person to know these 5 things. These are the things I want to see on your resume. I don't care what country you have gone to school. What I care about is the 5 things that I have my needs, that you show me that you know it, and you show me the softwares that you have used before to do it, and you show me the type of wins you have had before. So the question I have for you is, the work experience description on your resume, is it communicating the softwares that you know? Is it communicating the competencies that you have? Is it communicating the impact that you have had when you did this competence on your last role? Is it communicating that? I want to throw this out. I'm an employer. If you look at your own resume, you that I'm talking to, if you look at your own resume, can you hire you? Can you hire you and pay you $100,000? You yourself, can you hire you? You look at that resume, does it have enough softwares? Does it have enough technical skills? Do you even know who you are? Can you hire you? If you look at your resume candidly, and you don't think you can hire yourself and pay you $100,000, you need to go and get help. Look at your resume and ask yourself, can I hire myself if I'm the employer? And this is the resume that was submitted. Will I hire this person and pay them $100,000? If you cannot hire yourself, nobody can hire you. If you don't see your resume as being worthy of $100,000, why do you expect somebody else to pay you that? It means that that resume needs help. It means that you need help. It means that you have to fix it. Now let's talk about work experience building. Most jobs today, if you want to claim that you have 5 years experience, you can't claim. So I'm looking for a project manager with 6 years experience in certain areas. Now you apply for that job. You have 6 years experience, but 2 years out of that 6 years experience, you were a customer service manager. Another 2 years out of the 6 years, you were a digital marketing manager. 1 year, you were an intern with no definition. And 1 year, you were a research assistant. Now you have applied for a project manager role that requires 6 years experience. You have not shown me anywhere that you're a project manager. You have not had that title before. And you want that job. That your 6 years experience is different from what I need. I can't hire you. I am saying that I need a project manager, not a marketing manager, not a customer service manager, not an intern, not a research scientist. I need a project manager. Before you claim 15 years of experience, can you look through your resume? Are these 15 years of experience unified in a particular direction? Are they all similar? Or this one is data analyst for 3 years, and then that one is customer support for 7 years. And there is 2 years operations. And now I've applied for a role of a data scientist that requires 7 years experience. Your previous experience is not unified in that direction. Look at that resume. Look at the work experience titles. Is it all unified? It's not. If it's not, remember that this is a candid conversation. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I want the best for you. And that's why I'm not judging you. I want you to see, what can I do better? How can I make my resume better? What is on my resume that can change? And what should I think deeply about some things that I'm doing on this resume that can change? That's what I want. So I'm not judging you. So I want you to look at the work experience description that you have and think about, okay, they're not unified. There is a 2-year experience that is different. There is a 5-year experience that is different. But are they connected in any way? How can I unify them? Because the type of job I'm looking for requires this amount of experience. This is an area that is critical. It's one thing to unify it. It's another thing to look at that work experience description and say, does it represent what the companies are looking for? Am I selling myself? Is one thing that it represents, then am I selling myself well? If I look at your work experience description, I want to see the impact you have made from one to another. Are there numbers to show my impact? I said that I was a project manager, so I did stakeholder management. And for stakeholder management, are you showing me the size of the stakeholder? Are there 15 stakeholders? Or are you telling me the size of the project? The project was a $20 million project with 20 stakeholders across 5 industries. That shows impact. Or you just said, I managed a project and that's it. There are no numbers. There are no size of projects. There are no size of stakeholders. Even what software did you use for the project planning? When somebody sees that, they are interpreting it based on what they want you to come and do. They are interpreting it based on, okay, if she has led a project that was $50 million size and managed 20 stakeholders across 5 industries, my own project that I want her to come and lead is even smaller than that. But my stakeholders, the size is about the same. Then I want to look at software. What software she use? Oh, she knows that software. That's the one we have within my company. If she can use that, they don't care at all about, okay, did you work in Nigeria? Did you work in Ghana? They don't care anymore. Because you have proven to them that you can do the work. You also know the softwares that they have internally. I hope this is making sense to you. You know, my aim tonight, I have worked with thousands of immigrants. My clients have not had the issue of they don't have Canadian experience. They've not had the issue of they don't have UK experience. They've not had the issue of they don't have US experience, because there's a way to beat it. You can beat it by knowing the market. You need to know the market. When you know the market, you speak like the market by showcasing your technical skills that are relevant in that market. You showcase the tools, the softwares that they have within their company that you know it. You showcase the impact in such a way that it is relatable to them. And your work experience is all unified. Let me tell you, you will they would forget where you have gone to school. They would forget it. They will forget, where did you go to school? It's no longer a question. They would forget it. They will even forget the need for one certification or the other. They give you the job because you're proven beyond reasonable doubt that you can do the work. Look, I understand that systemic barrier exists. But as systemic barrier is there, what are we doing to make sure that at every level we have proven ourselves to be the best of our kind? What strategies have we put in place? It becomes a question we have to ask ourselves. While they're still saying the Canadian experience is a thing, they're still saying this. We are winning every day. We are winning every day. People are getting job offers every day. And people are refusing to get lowballed. So we are hard on how much we're asking. And we're staying on it because we understand the market enough to know this is how much you deserve to be paid. So go ask for it, and this is the tactic to ask for it. Look, when one wins, in our case, Hall does not win. Until everybody wins, nobody wins. Until you win, and you win, and you win, and everybody wins, we have not won. Why? Because there is statistics working against us. When we leave you behind, then when they publish that statistics, they will still say black people are underpaid because we left you behind. And this is why I do this live, because I don't want you to be left behind. Because you will contribute to the statistics of black people who are underpaid or who are not getting the right job or who are underutilized because you didn't know the type of job you should apply for, so you've applied for a lower role. You've applied for a role that you deserve way better. You've applied for a technician role, a customer service role that is $40,000 instead of a customer experience role that is $110,000 because you didn't know. I believe that the biggest skill set anybody can have today is understanding the job market and knowing how to sell yourself. If you know those two skills, you will do well in your career. Everybody, every careerist needs to get help. If you don't get help from a career coach, you want to do it by yourself, you've downloaded that template, you think that template is going to save the day. Remember, the content of the template, the content of that resume is what saved the day. It's not the template. It's how you interpret and reorganize the content of that resume. Let's look at the work experience description and rewrite it the American way, the Canadian way, the British way, the industry way. Let's look at the competencies needed in this market. What are the competencies? And bring out the best of their finest skills and put it in front of them so they forget where you've gone to school. They forget all of that. They just see that you can do the work. We have to bring the finest of the skills to the table. We have to interpret your resume to that country's market. It needs to speak the language of that market. We need to unify your multiple work experience that is doing leg like this. It's not all unified. We need to unify it. It's not about the template. It's about the content. If, people will say, Dr. Adi, get this template online. 6 months later, they don't have the job. Dr. Adi, just help me. I have the template. The template is not what gets you the job. Because if you have a good template, you go and apply for a customer service role where you should be looking for a customer experience role. You apply for a 40,000 job where you should be looking for a 110,000 job. Who is at loss? You. Like I said, the only thing I want to celebrate is your win. Why? Because we have to change the statistics. And we cannot continue to be outraged. We are all outraged every day. Oh, everybody's against us. Everybody's against us. They don't want me to win. These people don't want me to win. Oh, everybody's against us. It's the Canadian work experience. It's the systemic racism. It's the issue. What is your own issue first? Let's analyze your personal. What is it that we can change? That we have the power to change? There are some things we don't have the power to change, but we have the power to sell you well. We have the power to position you in such a way that you can apply for a better role. We have the power to help you get the skill set so that you can be a top 1% when you apply for the job. We have the power to coach you to go and speak well in that interview and kill it. I have the power to help you negotiate $40,000 more. We have that power. Yes, we can't change racism. We can't change the color of our skin. We can't change our first name and our last name. We cannot change where we had gone to school. But we can change that resume. We can change the career path. We can sell you better. And we can get to the bag. We can do that. We can do that. Nothing should stop you. Canadian experience should not stop you. Being an immigrant is not a curse. It's a blessing. This is a card that I have used in my entire career. You know, when I moved to America, if I go to a conference and I meet you, and I speak to you, and after I finish, and then you say, oh, you were good up there. You know what I tell you? I'll say, when next you host a conference, remember to put the Canadian on the panel. You guys don't have a lot of Canadian visibility. Don't forget we are part of North America. I'm Canadian. Being a Canadian and vocalizing this in America helped me by far. It helped me by far. So when you're planning your next conference, they're like, get Adi on the panel. Let her bring the Canadian voice and the African voice to the table. That's what I was using. It was my card. Being African, being Canadian. I'm being a technical expert, of course. But I use that as a tool to advance my visibility. So being that immigrant should never be a curse. It has been a blessing for me because I know how to position it. And I hope that you allow us to help you position, because that is what matters. Being able to sell yourself, position well, and showcase your expertise in such a way that is acceptable. Imagine somebody having a Nigerian degree and they sell themselves. You know, a lot of my clients, they would come in, the first job they get is 90,000, is 100,000, is 140,000 because we sell them well. And then we see thousands of other immigrants who would say, I've been here 2 years, I'm working this type of job, it's not good, I'm not making money. Why? Because you have not been able to rebrand yourself and let the person that matches that new country emerge. We have to showcase you in a way that aligns with that market. We showcase your competence, your skills, your expertise in a way that aligns with that market. This is the last one I want to talk about before we go. It's about the career path. There are certain career paths that doesn't sell in certain countries. So maybe it is what you're passionate about. You're passionate about this. This is what you want. And it doesn't have jobs. But you haven't checked. You just came and said, that is what I've been doing from where I'm coming from. I'm looking for this job. First of all, you are more than one person. You are more than one career path. Within your career path, there are other career paths within that. You don't have to go in one direction. And what do I mean? Let's give an example of a mechanical engineer. As a mechanical engineer, you can get a job as a simulation engineer. You can get a job as a facility engineer. You can get a job, you are one person, and you can get a job as that or this. You can even get a job as a data analyst. You can get a job as a reliability engineer. It is just you're a mechanical engineer, and you can get a job as all of that. You can get a job as an aerospace engineer, as an HVAC engineer with your mechanical engineering background. Now, let's say for you, you're very passionate about aerospace. I want to be an aerospace engineer. And let's say you're applying for an aerospace engineering job in Canada and there are no jobs. But that is what you picked because you didn't check the market to say, based on where I can go, where will I have the best of opportunities? I believe today, that's the first assessment we need to do. Where will I have the best of opportunities? With everything that I have, who am I? Who can I be? I can be this. Then which one will give me the best of opportunities? Based on my background. Not that somebody say I should cross to Scrum Master. I ran good, good. I have no background, though. I'll just run good. No. Based on you, what type of directions can you go? What are your options? When I talk to you, and that's the first thing we do on my career coaching. I help you find out who you can be. 10 different career paths you can do. Once I find out the 10, and then we sit down and say, which of these are your top 3? Which one do you want to do? Then you tell me these are your top 3. We analyze, do they have jobs? Do they have money? What are the skill sets required? Can you claim it based on your past? That's where we start. So I don't want you to hold on to one career path and say, this is my favorite. This is what I want. This is what I'm passionate about. I did my PhD on this. He has to be that. If he doesn't have jobs on the market, he doesn't have money, you shouldn't hold on to it. Let's find out what are your numerous options. Let's find out which one is your best option. If it matches the one that is the one you love the most, good luck. If it doesn't match, keep an open mind. I see many people trying to do career paths that doesn't have jobs on the market. Or maybe it's because follow. Somebody said that's what they should do. They ran there. They ran. And he doesn't have jobs. Quit applying for things that don't have jobs because you're passionate about this, or your cousin said that is what you should do. Your cousin is not a career coach. Don't do it. This may be why you're not getting anything. You're trying to become a digital marketing manager. That is what I want to do. Did you check? Does he have jobs? Is that the right career path for you? What else are your options? Before you run and say, I have to do that. You don't have to do that. You have to do what is in demand, what has jobs, what matches your background. That is what you need to do. Quit using your family members as career coaches. Your family members are not Dr. Adi. Because the grave mistakes they can make you make, that mistake could cost you 3 years. It could cost you 5 years. It could even cost you your entire career. When we were starting out, we didn't have the opportunity of a career coach. We didn't have that. Today, we do. All it costs is money. You're too expensive. Look at how much it costs you to go to that UK you are in. You pay £14,000 for school. £14,000 to pay Dr. Adi less than £1,000, so that we can we can pretty much know how to get to use what you pay £12,000 for. You refuse. It's part of the cost. Let us account for career coaching costs as part of our education budget. The cost of career coaching, you are coming to Canada for school. The school is $23,000. Take Dr. Adi's $1,000 and say the school is $24,000, because while I am starting this $23,000, let Dr. Adi take her $1,000 and tell me this thing, should I do it first? Is that right? If I do it, how will I get a job? What should I do in that school? What should I do from the beginning? Even if it's not Dr. Adi that you would use as your career coach, I don't mind. What I want you to prepare for every year, have a budget for career coaching. It's not for only immigrants. I have several clients. I have the most people I have who are non-Nigerians are white men. It's crazy. Outside Nigerians and Africans in general, people from Liberia and Ghana and Botswana, out of my African brothers and sisters, the next people that pays me money are white men. White men. They pay for it. Okay, I forgot my Caribbean people. My people from the Caribbean. They are always present. But outside of black people, the other races that come to me the most are the white men. Many white men. And tomorrow, you see that white man doing well at work, and you are wondering, why are they always... That white man got a career coach first. He even hired your Dr. Adi. I'm paid. And everything Dr. Adi tells that white man is doing. Because they understand the power of coaching. They're not waiting to be, they already found a target. They're like, okay, she's good. They paid. They show up. Hello, it's a white guy. All right, you told that white guy jump 3 times. He has jumped 5 times. He has jumped. Outside of black people, the other people that pay me is white men. It's crazy, but that's the truth. Because they know that career coaching has to be budgeted for every year. Please, budget for career coaching is what will help you maximize everything you've worked for. The certifications, the engineering degrees. What you would use to maximize it is the ability to sell yourself, uncover the hidden gems, and know how to negotiate your pay so that nobody underpays you and nobody. Do you have questions for me? This is the point where I take questions. When I was coming up tonight, I first thought, should I make an Instagram reel? Let me make a reel and do hand like this. Five things why I said I would target what to do to get a job without Canadian experience. I said I would do hand like this. I'll just write it. But a part of me said, let me have this conversation. I know that one will not go viral, but there will be real people that I can talk to. They can also ask me questions so that they can get the help. If you think I don't have the 1,000 plus, we are going to get another boot camp done in December. We are going to announce that boot camp in 2 days. Get your $200 to come to the boot camp. Let's fix it. The things that needs fixing, let's fix it in 2023. So that as you start 2024, you're starting on a good note. I don't want general public. I want you to talk to Dr. Hadi. Come to either start the CAP program or at least get a 1-hour session with me. I believe something. We all deserve everything we want, especially for all of us who dare to leave our home country. You dare to leave your home country, you dare. If you dare to leave your home country, pack up your bags and come here, you should win and you deserve to win. Well, do you guys have questions for me? Questions? I'm waiting. If there are anybody, people with questions. All right. I'm graduating December 13th. I really need coaching guidance, but do not have a 1,000. What are my options? We are hosting a boot camp. The boot camp is $200. It will pack a lot of the information you need with right guidance in. So I'm going to suggest that once we announce the boot camp in 2 days, lock your slot in. Lock it in. And you'll get extremely good value for it. How do you negotiate your pay in NHS type of work setting where they start you on a particular band, even after sending several mails of years of experience and asking for increase, but to no avail? And that's the thing, right? Now, there are certain jobs that the pay bands is made known. This is how much we pay. It's take it or leave it. And that's why you have to check. Is that the right band I should be applying for? And that is when I was explaining that some people go apply for a customer service job and they should be looking for a customer experience job. So you need to ask yourself, is that the job I should be applying for? Because they set the band. They said, this is the band. This is how much we want to pay. If you feel like that is not the band I want to make, then go apply for the one after that. No, the boot camp is not one-on-one. But during the boot camp, we spend 2 days of revival together. And everything you get out of that boot camp is going to help you step by step to win. From we will make your resume there. We will teach you how to make your LinkedIn. You can make it right there. You will also get the recording for a few days, maybe 2 days. So if you miss anything, the boot camp is next month. Is on the, I think, 15th of next month. Is it only for US and Canada residents? No, this is for everybody. Majority of our audience are from Nigeria, Ghana, UK, US, Canada, Australia, and the UAE. Those are the 7 countries that we have majority of the audience, but everybody around the world who needs to upgrade their career, who needs remote job opportunities, who needs to understand their best immigration pathways, who needs to know how to position for digital transformation should be there. How come the one-on-one is just 1 hour and costs more? The one-on-one is tailored to you. It's tailored to you. The boot camp is for everybody. So yes, the one-on-one has to cost more. You're getting a time spent with me directly. So yeah, it has to cost more. I have a degree in electrical engineering and an MSc in data science and AI in the UK. Please, what are my options? What do you mean? Do you mean for a job? Or do you mean for what? Dr. Hadi, I'm referring my friend to you. He's an architect by profession with a UK Master's in Project Management and an MBA from Lagos Business School. He's self-employed in Nigeria, but now in Canada. Please run him our way. Let's fix his issues very quickly. We'll be happy to work with him. Should I be worried about after 1 year maternity leave, I need to transition career? But I am worried. You should start right now. So I've worked with several clients. I shared one of my clients, I think about 2 weeks now. We worked, when she was on maternity leave, Bola, we looked at her career and she said, Dr. Adi, I want to join this career coaching on maternity leave. And when she was on maternity leave, we worked together, we changed her career, we got her a better job with Shopify. So she came out of a maternity leave to a new job. And I've worked with many women like that. They come out of maternity leave to a new job. Yeah. And I believe that on maternity leave, that period is your chance to change your career to a better one for you and your child. Definitely look at that. Do you mentor someone who is already working but needs a mentor? Absolutely. If you need a mentor, you're already working, I'm really good at that. One of the things, or you can join the community. For example, this month in the community is the career month, and what we're dealing with right now is office politics. So I thought about office politics on Sunday for community people. We are reading a book on office politics and using office politics to advance your career. This is for people who already have jobs. So yes, you can join the community. You can pick me as a mentor. I'll be happy to help you navigate corporate and win big. We'll be interacting directly with you at a bootcamp. Yes, you will be. Bootcamp is not peculiar to your situation. It is generalized. Why one-on-one is tailored to your case. That is absolutely good. I'm a new PR in Canada and hold a $4 hour role in a US-based agency. I've been doing before I came. What other sites apart from LinkedIn? $4 per hour. That is too low. That is too low. What type of job have you been applying for? That is crazy. $4 an hour. My good God. That is too low. What type of job have you been applying for? What type of job are you applying for? I mean, how come the one-on-one? Should one put all the job experience in Canada or just work experience that fits the advertised role? It depends. It depends. The other work experience, what are they in? What are they in? The other work experience, are they relevant? If they are, we can have them on. If they're not, they can be in other work experience. Yeah. How do I join the community coming up on Sunday? It is for people who are part of the community or part of the CAP program. They are able to join the community. So come join us, and we'll be happy to have you in. Guys, this is all the questions. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I really do hope that after this conversation tonight, you will reflect about your career. You would look at your resume and be able to ask yourself, what can I do better? You look at your work experience description and ask yourself, is this showing impact? You will look at the job titles, compare it with one another, and ask yourself, is this unified? You would look at your resume and say, okay, does this have skill sets, competencies, softwares that is relevant to the market? And you'll look at your resume holistically to ask yourself, do I know what job I should be applying for? Am I applying for the right job? My hope is that every immigrant gets what they deserve. I believe you do deserve everything you want. And if you need any support to help you position well, to help you understand what's the right career for you, if you need any support to help you know, how do I even clean up everything I have? and make sure that you know where exactly you should channel your energy so you're not jumping from one course to another certification. I'll be happy to help you. Every of my clients pass through me. That's the beauty. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm not sure how long I can be in the DM, but I could be there for a few minutes if you need me there. And otherwise, there is Taiwo. Taiwo is in the DM to help tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining impromptuly, but I hope this blessed you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you. And this is goodbye, everybody. Meet me in the DM if you have any further questions. Thank you. Bye, everybody.